Joining us now is Sara, and she is with FarLong Nutraceuticals. Welcome to the show, Sara. How are you?
Good. Thank you, Donna. Thank you for having me.
So you were working in the healthcare industry, and how did you get connected with this company?
So I used to work in the hospital for like 5 years, and so people are suffering in hospital, and that's their last solutions sometimes to go to the hospital. So we're trying to eliminate that and trying to bring the wellness, healthy lifestyles to their life, to preventing from them to go to the hospital for their
so this entire company is really researching how do we make someone's life better.
Yeah.
And then there's white button mushrooms. Yeah. I'm fascinated by that. Tell us about white button mushrooms.
The recent studies by City of Hope are showing that white button mushrooms extract may slow prostate cancer's aggressions by reducing tuber growth and enhancing the body's immune response.
And City of Hope, I looked at, they have many locations across the country.
Mm-hmm.
They're known for being able to help people.
Yeah.
So when this finding came about where they were seeing some significant changes in tumors shrinking, how did that make your company feel?
So for City of Hope, is well known, of course, in California, where I came from. And it will just recently be presented at top 5 comprehensive cancer centers. We're loved, and will be in the future cooperate and investing in the programs of helping people to find the cures in the future, maybe the cure for the cancer. Right now, we're helping to advance to reduce the pain for the patients and to prevent the cancer development with the City of Hope. And the white button mushrooms, they've been in the research field for 20 years already. So recently, City of Hope just announced that white button mushroom has a significantly approves and prevent the prostate and breast cancers, and is also published on NIH. So we're really love to see that that came out. And we also have our supplements came out newly released to help the people with the cancer. Yeah.
It's amazing. I shared with you when we were talking a little bit before we started that my mom passed away from breast cancer. And prostate and breast cancer and all cancers, people are looking for, like you said, a cure or at least just some help along the way. Yeah. So white button mushrooms, right? It's kind of almost like a tongue twister even for me, right? But these mushrooms are extracted, and it's that essence of goodness, that's helping people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So recently, we developed the concentration to extract 5 times of the white button mushrooms, because the patients in the clinical trials, they used to take 10 pills per time per serving and 3 times a day. So that's almost like 30 capsules per day. 30 tablets per day for the patients to take. So we're able to concentrate that white button mushrooms to make it more effectiveness and help them to reduce the dosage as well. So currently you just need to take 2 capsules per time and once a day.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's wonderful. So that's a significant difference. That's a great improvement.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So all the scientists that work with you and the people that are putting this all together, I guess they're working on it every single day, just making it better and better and better.
Yeah. So FarLong Nutraceutical, we aiming in research in the science field and developing the new supplements and researching to help people. That is our aims and that is our scope.
Now, is it currently only available through City of Hope, or will there be other distribution ways? Can other doctors help people get the supplements?
So for now, for the medical providers, they can get it from our Best Doctor formulated platforms, which you can find through www.bdrformula.com.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is accessible to them.
Yes, accessible for them. So for the consumers, they can also find through our brands of us. You can find it through Zen Life Herb with the link at www.zenlh.com.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Zen Life, I even like that name, right? Does that make you just feel good? Even like just Zen Life. Now, would you consider that FarLong Nutraceuticals is involved in that? Are they involved in like that healthy wellness kind of feeling?
Yeah, the healthy wellness and the lifestyle changing. So before, like, we're trying to like educate or trying to let people know that if we can prevent the disease or prevent the happiness of the disease before any solution, before it goes to the hospitals, it's gonna be a healthy lifestyles that we could maintain with taking some supplements to prevent, to boost our immune system. Yeah.
And that's really what it is, that, boosting our immunity, is, we only have this one body, right? And it has all of these different functions, right? But our immune system is really at the core of all of it,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
You need, health. They say health is wealth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you can't replace that. So, living a healthy lifestyle just makes everything better.
Yeah. That's totally true.
What do you love best about the company that you work for? What gives you a sense of pride or joy about what they're doing?
The most part that I love is that the company, no matter what is innovations, the new supplements, or trying to improve the current formulation that we have, is helping people. Is what we are doing, we're gonna do, and we'll be doing forever. Yeah.
What are some of the current advancements that are happening at FarLong Nutraceuticals?
Yeah, so currently we also have 2 projects that work with City of Hope to do the clinical trial and clinical research in regarding the blood sugar level. So we're trying to use the supplement to help the people to maintain the optimal blood sugar level.
Now that would be important for people that have diabetes, correct?
Yes,
okay, to keep the blood sugar maintaining at a certain level.
Yeah, that is the big problem here in the States as well as over the nationwide. Yeah, for the diabetes patients. And another thing is that we're developing and in the research of anti-inflammatory program.
That's important too.
Yes.
Anti-inflammation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like your joints and for arthritis and things like that, like the swelling.
Yeah, the swelling.
To try to reduce it.
The swelling, muscle pains. Yeah, trying to reduce and ease it.
So I know that they say a woman shouldn't share her age, but I did share mine with you. And I'm finding that that's something that I do struggle with. I wake up sometimes and I'm just so swollen. My fingers, my ankles, so inflammation would be helpful for someone even like me.
It would definitely help. Like we are, even though we're in the research, it just research to like double check and triple prove that is more effectiveness in human body. But we already have the GRAS with the FDA's approved already.
Fantastic. Yes. Congratulations on that. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yes. Thank you once again for being here. I hope to see you again soon. You're just so delightful and I had a really good time. Well, there you go. If you're someone like me that's always looking to learn more, go to their website for more information. And it's white button mushroom information. I think that's pretty cool. I know I like eating them. I don't know about you, but who knows? Thanks for watching. Be well. One of my favorite memories as a child was coloring with my grandmother and my grandfather. Joining us now is Marthalicia, and we're going to be talking about coloring and many more things. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Very good. Nice to be here.
So we got a chance to talk backstage a little bit as we were talking about other guests and things, and we talked about synchronicity. And you all of a sudden showed me one of your productions, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to pick this up to show the audience. Ta-da! Okay, synchronicity. So what is it that you're doing at M Art?
M Art is myself, actually, that can be of service for various of different things.
Okay.
Grouping various of artists, doing collective murals, hosting 16 artists at once, doing art parties, but it also breaks down for me to be an individual soul book producing, which now I'm diving into, which has been like a strong calling.
Okay. Strong calling to produce books.
Yes, at
Coming
least
through you.
Yes. This experience wasn't an easy one. It not because I'm not capable, but because of the stories that led to trying to share experiences that is hard to explain. The phenomena, the spiritual.
Right, the mystical.
The mystical that's kind of harder for me to comprehend myself to then relay them.
Okay.
And my mission is to at least be able to share them, because I know there are so many other people, young and old ages, that may or may not have access to some of the information that I stumbled upon. And so yeah, these are the productions that end up from my personal experiences.
So tell us about this one, Animal Spirit Totems.
Yes, this one is 197 pages long, and it is the result of 3 different incidences that happened in my life. And that's the end result of it. And that's me sharing these experiences. As you can look through them, they have pages that you can color from different tribes around the world, indigenous people from the North America, Central America, South, even Asia and Europe and Africa. Each page is paired with their specific messages, spiritual messages. That you can dive in and explore, and helps you understand further things like the way I wanted to when I was going through some challenges.
Okay, so this one is Lizard, the iguana. It says patience, sensitivity, rebirth, and regeneration. It's a symbol of prosperity and survival.
Yes.
Right? And then you have an illustration. And who created the illustration?
These are all my hand drawings.
You drew all these illustrations.
All these, yes. My hand.
Beautiful. These are beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. So there are, like I said earlier, there were 3 different incidences that had occurred in my life.
What happened?
One wonderful incident is not really an incident. It's an experience having my first son.
Okay.
And he and I will share poetry together. And we will, as an artist, as a creative and muralist and a painter, utilize my skills to use his poems and write them down and illustrate them. So I made a journal. It's been a year or 2 of it. And then years, he got older and he just, developed into another young man. 10 years forward, I have another child, and he and I discovered my first journal, and we ended up making the Food and Animal Illustrations, which is the first book that I ever created.
This one or this one?
The first one is yes. My second son and I, his name is Easton, we were making silly things that will make him appreciate the alphabet. So A is for apple, but A is also for alligator. So if you can see, those are my own illustrations.
Oh, you're very talented.
Thank you.
Really talented. I love the cherry camel with the 2 humps.
That's what makes him
adorable. Does that make him laugh? That makes me laugh.
Correct. So to move forward with this, a celebration of producing and publishing work has been what spearheaded the following book. And at the same time, the second incident that I was explaining earlier, there are 3 different incidences. The second one was a car accident.
Okay.
Now, the car accident was a surprise. My family and I got into it. We drive, and then my husband, the wheel in the front, mechanically exploded, or some mechanical aspect of it allowed the tire to wrap itself on a bearing of some sort. I don't know the technicalities. Somehow, instead of going to the divide, he chose to go the opposite direction into a ditch. But we were going super fast, so he jerked the steering wheel. I flew out of my seat, saw my young son on my hand. I smacked my head on the ceiling of the car while I was still moving forward. And as he was driving, I almost threw myself out of the windshield, but the driver's seat kind of prevented me from moving forward, so I landed here. That incident allowed consecutive strange, I call it strange because I've never heard of it before, but after the healing, I ended up seeing a green mist coming out of my chest that sort of stunned me. And then the following month, I went through a tunnel. And in my dreams, I had sleep paralysis. So I started seeing synchronicity in numbers that I'd never seen before. I've seen numbers in license plates and receipts and tickets, but the consistency of it in different form were very overwhelming. From that, I thought that I was the only one going maybe nuts.
Yeah. I used to have deja vu a lot and then realize that I was having premonitions.
There's exactly, I also had one interesting.
Right.
And then after all of that, I started seeing things that I never seen before, like hawks and crows and then blue feathers.
Wow.
I mean, in the city, growing up, you don't see much. You see rats, you see pigeons, you see like sparrows, but then seeing hawks flying above and you're seeing much more closer. And I even recorded them.
Okay.
Started recording these phenomena, and then I call it unexplainable things. That's my folder that I had, and I tried to share with the people, and it was a little hard.
Okay.
Simultaneously, while producing these particular books for my youngest son,
Yes.
that gave me the courage to jump forward and share all my personal experiences, but much simpler. And then I also went through researching. So it took me 2 years, almost close to 3 years, of diving in to why I see a white feather, and then I see cultural expressing different meaning behind those things. And even ants or insects, they all have their messages from African tribes, the Himalayans. They have a beautiful relationship with Mother Nature. And we also had, seeing also YouTube videos of tsunamis that had occurred in Asia in 2009 also triggered me discovering how the animals knew to leave the tsunami or the area that's going to be in trauma. And then that really gave me the confirmation to move forward with this book.
Okay. So it's the birth of your two sons, your relationships with your sons, and then the car accident
Yes.
that became life-changing for you.
It has, yes.
Okay. And like you said, sometimes you see a green mist coming forth, and so you're having these experiences after the head
Exactly.
trauma, I guess, but then you've turned them into a gift for yourself.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing to see the internet be a part of the sharing, because there were so many people like myself expressing uniqueness of their, if not, near-death experiences, medical experiences, or some type of meditation, opened up many things that I felt so content that I was not alone in the sharing and expressing. But, my family is divided in many different things. So some of my family don't really understand. So they choose to support from afar.
Okay.
And then there are others, they would tell me more, redirect me to where I can find more of so I can research, and sure. So I'm here as a testimony, as you were saying earlier, a vessel to
That's how I feel.
a
You feel
conduit.
like you're a vessel, like a conduit, right?
Yes.
For messages.
I'm here for service.
Beautiful.
I'm here to help and aid and provide where the Lord decides I should be going, I will be there.
I feel the same way. And at this point, I can't quit because there's just it feels like there's too much to be done. And I don't even know what the next step is going to be, but it's flowing and it's happening, and I'm just saying yes.
I agree.
You just say yes.
Yes.
Yes to the universe, and yes. This is fascinating, though. This looks like so interesting and joyful. I went to art school.
You have?
I did. I went to art school. And my daughter's an artist. My grandfather's an artist. My great-grandmother was an artist. Come from a long line of artists. And this is lovely. I like how you did it.
Thank
I like
you.
how you can even color the words
Exactly.
of the animals.
Exactly.
It's really meaningful and precious. So congratulations on what you've achieved and how you're helping inspire other people to find the symbolism, you know, between all the things that happen in nature.
Thank you.
You know, it's fabulous. Like even ladybugs, don't they say ladybugs, you can make a wish on the little dots?
Yes, there's some, they say, I have one in there too.
Oh, you have a ladybug in here?
Yeah, it's all alphabetical order.
Oh, it is? Okay, so let me find the ladybug.
L.
And also dragonflies, I think, are
I also have a
fascinating.
dragonfly
You do?
too, yeah.
Oh, well, let's just play this game of like me reading your mind. Yeah, you do. Okay, here's the dragonfly. This is great. I love this.
I'm gifting this to you.
Are you really?
Yeah.
This would make me really happy because I would really love to color this. We have crayons. Seriously, we have crayons. We have markers here.
That's wonderful.
Lots of art
yeah.
supplies. I don't know if you saw my gigantic art easel because I'm wanting to paint again. So you've
yes.
inspired me. So thank you for the visit today. It's so much fun.
Thank you
And
for
this is
having
great.
me.
I love the
Yes.
combination of nature and art. Good
Yes.
job.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was lovely to have you here. Happiness to you.
Likewise.
Happiness to you, grasshopper. Because you also have a grasshopper. Thank you very much. There you go. If you were looking for something creative and fun and spiritual and mystical, definitely check this out and be well. It's all about the glow. Joining us now is Ankitha, and we're going to be talking about May You Glow, and she's coming all the way to us from Orlando. Welcome, how are you?
Thank you, Donna. Thank you for having me on the show first. And I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. We were talking about the fact that you are from Orlando.
Yes.
And we're both very big fans of the theme park down there,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
And the sunshine. Speaking of glowing, so the name of your company is May You Glow.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
So firstly, my background, I have done my master's like in engineering. So I never wanted to get into that stream seriously because I always wanted to do something for myself. So I took that time to think exactly what I want to do. So actually, I grew up seeing my mom and grandmother doing some natural remedies at home. And then when I was pregnant, I really had super dry skin. So when I had to address that issue, I started making few natural remedies at home. And I can say my pregnancy laid a foundation for this business to start something. So when I started making those natural remedies, I had a thought of preserving it so that that can be used for a longer time. So I just went online and I have signed up for a diploma in organic skincare. So from there, I just took forward of everything that I can make naturally. So yes, that actually I can say my pregnancy started to lay that foundation.
Really,
yes, yes, birth of the May You Glow. And the name May You Glow actually derived, like I thought of including my daughter in that. So my daughter's name is Mayuka. So I just picked May. So M-A-Y, and then I just added May You Glow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And your birthday's in May. We talked
Yes,
about that.
yes,
right?
May, yes,
so,
yes.
So it has this nice connection for
Yes,
you personally.
yes,
So it's May
yes.
You
Glow.
Glow.
Yep.
Now, do you find, though, that your engineering background helped you in order to have these products? Because you're really kind of putting together things in a very specific way.
Yeah. So I would say yes. So, but still, when I was having a break of 2 years during my pregnancy, my husband really pushed me saying, you always wanted to do something for yourself, so why don't you think of something? This is the right time.
Wow.
So he gave me that time to think about what I exactly want to do and what I can expertise in. And I always wanted to have a degree other than engineering into a different stream. So that also sparked that helped me to get my diploma in organic skincare. Yeah.
Yes. And so when you were learning about that, what did you find most fascinating? Were there any surprises?
Yes, definitely, because I never had an idea of what exactly the moisturizers, the creams, the body scrubs are made of. But once I started learning about them and how the natural products are made, that's really amazing. There's a lot to learn about them. And one day I really wish to educate people about that. Like, natural skincare is not as complicated as it is. Everybody can make it at home.
Okay.
Yes,
So it's
so-
simple ingredients.
Yes, yes.
What are some of the products that you offer?
We have a wide range of products in May You Glow, but initially on our website, I have just launched 7 products so that I don't want to confuse people in buying so many. So I have launched a skincare
basics.
set.
The
Yes,
basics,
the basics.
7.
Yes, the
Okay.
basic 7, like face polish, face mask, and a moisturizer, a night cream, and face wash, and a toner.
Lovely.
So, yes, to begin with, because I really want people to take care of the skincare first. So, I have introduced the 7 product kit so that they can start using that.
Now, your hair is lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, do you interchange some of the products, right? Like a hand cream, can you use like a hand cream as also a face cream? Like, can you put some of the products not just on your face, but also on your hands and things like that?
Yes, so
Okay.
I basically, what I do is like when I start creating something, I try it on myself.
Okay.
So I try it on myself, yes.
You're like, if it works for me, then maybe it'll work for them.
Because I have a super sensitive skin, because one belief what I do is like, if something is really suitable for my skin, which is super sensitive, then maybe people will love it. So I initially try it on myself, and then I give it to my friends freely.
Yes.
So I have given almost like 20 skincare kits freely for the people so that they would give me a honest review about it. So yes, I would definitely try it on myself first.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
And now, does your daughter sit with you when you're like making things or coming up with things?
Yes,
Isn't that lovely to have them side by side with you?
She feels, whenever I make soaps, whenever
Yes.
I try to make soap, she feels I'm baking some cookies.
Oh.
So she tries to tell me, Mom, I want a red cookie, I want a green cookie. So she keeps telling that.
That's so sweet.
yeah.
You're enjoying your time with her.
Yes, yes.
My daughter ended up becoming an artist, and I remember doing house portraits when she was young, because I was also a young mom. I was looking for something to do, so I was doing pen and ink and painting, and I still have a drawing that she did when she was 4 years old of a house, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of nice to be able to share that with your
Yes.
daughter.
So one thing I would say, having my daughter when I'm making the products, is like, as I am far from chemicals, I strongly believe the less number of ingredients we use in the skincare, the more effective it is. Because all the ingredients what they have in today's market is not for your skin.
Okay.
If you are using a right amount of product, right amount of ingredients, that's good for your skin.
Okay.
The less the ingredients, the more effective it is.
And sometimes the less amount. Like if you use the right ingredient,
Yes.
you don't need all like the fillers and that other kind of stuff. A small amount goes a long way.
Yes. So I would try to tell people the same. Like, people often ask me, like, why don't you jump into the makeup, organic makeup and all? My focus is always on giving that confidence to people to glow naturally, because the relationship, I would say, between skincare and the makeup, skincare is long-term with your skin, and the makeup is the short-term.
Right.
So-
Your skin you're going to have with you forever.
Yes.
Right? May you
Yes.
glow in your skin forever. There you
Yes.
go. We're going to add
Yes.
that. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Donna.
And I'm looking forward because you're part of our new, Florida family. So now the show's on WTOG in Tampa. So I thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for bringing some of the Florida sunshine with you.
Thank you so much.
Happy journeys to you.
Thank you.
There you go. We wanted to focus this month really on the best things for our skin from head to toe and fingertip to fingertip. We hope you enjoyed watching this segment on May You Glow.
Hey, it's Harlan for Soul Free, and we're here at UP NYC, 157th and Broadway, here up in the Bronx. And we're here for the annual turkey giveaway with Terror Squad and Fat Joe and everybody here at UP NYC, helping the community. It's what they do best. Soul Free with Harlan Freeman, your home for sneakers and culture, starts in 4, 3, 2,
2, 1, let's go.
Harlan, what's up, brother?
Hey, baby,
How are you?
How you doing?
Good. How you feeling? All right, we're here with the man himself. He's a hip-hop icon. He's an author. He's a father. He's
I'm your friend.
You're my friend, and that's the number one thing. We're here with Fat Joe, Up NYC. Joe, you know, there's so many dudes who make it, you know, and you're making it on so many different levels. What is it in your heart that brings you back to the community? It's never a photo op. It's never just a stop in. You're here, you're educating, you're advocating, you're feeding people. What is it in your heart that keeps you doing this all the time?
Nah, what happens is, you know, growing up young, you know, there was years I recall that my mother used to have to borrow money in order to feed us for Thanksgiving. And so, you know, I used to see the embarrassment. I used to see how sad she was to go ask other family members for money. And so I never forgot that. And so for me, when it comes to my community, you know, I never want nobody in my community to feel like they don't have Thanksgiving. And this ain't just, shout out to Crasdale, shout out to ShopRite. We've been doing this over 10 years already together. But we give them a whole grocery. You know, not just a big turkey, rice and soup and beans and yams and whatever it is. And so we just want our people to be proud. And most of all, this is probably one of the most proudest things we do every year, man, because we feed thousands of families. And you know, and if they prayed for me when they cut the turkey, I feel very blessed.
And was it mom who put this love in your heart for others growing up?
You know, my mom's was poor, but she was the type of person that when she would take a taxi cab, if it was a $2 ride, she would give him a $5 bill, $3 tip. So my mom's, even though she never had it, my mom's, I was already a famous rapper and rich, and she refused to move from the neighborhood and the projects. Her door would still be open, and anybody could just walk in the house and make themselves a sandwich. You know, I get in there, I throw everybody out. But it was like, yo, like, you know, that's just who she is. That's who my family is. And I just want to carry on tradition and instill it in my children too. You know, I try to let them know, there you guys have been blessed. You've been growing up in private schools and in great neighborhoods, but just know this is where we come from.
I love it. I love it. And Joe, you know, just one last thing. You just finished the first season of Fat Joe Talks on Stars. For somebody who is, and I know firsthand experience, the ultimate storyteller, watching you help tell the stories of so many others, especially the last one with Khaled. You know, for me, growing up in this business, my Mount Rushmore was Ed and Lover on Hot 97. It was Howard Stern, David Letterman. I got to add a fourth now because nobody tells these stories. How is it you telling all these stories of your beloved friends for so many people? I mean, that Khaled one just hit hard. I mean, watching Khaled go through his process.
You know, it's a little hard because I like to talk a lot and I gotta let the guests talk.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right? So it's like really weird. But you know, my show's about positivity. My show's about uplifting the people. My show's about letting little brown and black kids know that they could achieve whatever they want to. We sitting with Khaled. Khaled used to live in this car.
Yep.
And now we sitting in front of a G6 500 plane with pilots. That was so important.
So important.
To show little kids that, yo, it's possible, that you could get it no matter what you fight, no matter what you go through. That wasn't showing off. That was showing the people you can get it. And so that's what Fat Joe Talks is all about on Stars Network. Go check it out.
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for everything. Happy holidays. It's Up NYC, 157th and Broadway in the Bronx, and we're here with one of the guys who's the heart of the family. We're here with Ruben Diaz Jr. Ruben, how you feeling today, buddy?
I'm feeling thankful, and that's what the season is about. We want to thank Fat Joe, Up NYC, for always putting this together. This has become a tradition where he never forgets where he comes from, so he understands that there are many families who want to have a good Thanksgiving, but probably don't have the means to put food on their table. So every year, thousands of families get fed at all three of his stores. And this year, we really want to thank ShopRite, Bravo, Seatown, Crasdale, and Goya for lending of themselves, for understanding that there should be a little discount here when we do something good. And it's always a pleasure to be out there and putting a smile on people's faces.
Absolutely. And Ruben, I got to ask you, you know, for Joe and yourself, and, you know, there's so many people who come from the streets, right? And you know what? Maybe once a year they stop back at the school, they wave and say hello, maybe they do a shout out on social media. But you guys are here. You guys are here 24/7 in the community, educating, helping, giving when people need. What is it in your heart that keeps you coming back and doing more and more for the people?
Well, for me, I was an elected official my entire adult life. And I'm the first person to bear witness that this is not a stunt by Fat Joe. No. For over 25 years, this is how we created a brotherhood. Joe always called me. As the Bronx Borough President, I wish that we had more celebrities who would call and say, I want to give back. In fact, sometimes we got to hunt them down. Yeah. And Joe, we never ever called Joe. He always called us. I want to do computers. I want to do sneakers for the kids. I want to give away food. I want, you know, so he's always done that. And the reason why he's done that is because he understands that without the Bronx, without the neighborhood, without his fan base, he would not be where he's at today. And we know that Joe externally can be looked upon as a tough guy, but he has a huge heart. And, you know, God has blessed him, and he's used those blessings to be able to do more for the community and the people who represent the area that he comes from.
I love that. And for yourself, you know, going to a life of public service, you know, that's a blessing. That's a beautiful thing to do. Was there anybody when you were young that was instrumental in putting you on this path?
Yeah, I stand on the shoulders of giants, at least in the political world. Yeah. Everybody from my father, Reverend Ruben Diaz, to individuals like the late former Senator, State Senator Olga Mendez, Herman Badillos, Ramon Acevedo. I mean, the names go on and on and on. And you can't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. And regardless of what profession you go into, what I would advise all young people or newcomers to said profession is to do your research and to understand that there are people whose shoulders you stand on, who open the doors for you, and you have to pay homage. You know, Confucius always had this philosophy about filial piety. That means that we pay homage to our forefathers and foremothers, just the same way that Fat Joe does it in hip-hop, right? Yep. Joe knows that he's not the pioneer of hip-hop. He helped take it to another level, but every chance he gets, he gives a shout-out to those that open the doors for this to be the biggest genre on the planet. And then he uses that success and those resources to also go back and to be able to feed families, to be able to educate kids and give them the resources they need so that they can become successful.
I love that. And that genre of hip-hop born right here in the Bronx.
In the Boogie Down Bronx.
Absolutely. And, you know, being that we are at a sneaker store today, You know, growing up, was there that one sneaker that you just had to have? What was that shoe you needed on your foot?
What's crazy is that I'm 51 years old,
Yep.
but I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
But I'm 51 years old, and before I'm giving out turkeys today, the first thing I did at this store is buy me 2 pair of sneakers that I had to have. The black Jordan 3s and the white with the pink swoop of Uptowns. Because I got a blazer, a pink blazer in the springtime that I know is gonna match perfectly with it. But to answer your question, the shell-toe Adidas. I remember for my 12th birthday, at that time, sneakers were the Pro Keds or Converse, and your parents weren't used to spending more than $50 for a pair of sneakers. The white on white shell-toe Adidas, I had to have them for my 12th birthday for my outfit, and they cost $54. And I begged my parents. I packed some bags at the Pathmark so that I could raise some towards it, and then my parents gave me the rest. But it was a shell-toe Adidas with the extra fat shoelaces.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, well, you know, after we give out some turkeys today and some beautiful meals to the people, I think I'm going to do a little sneaker shopping too.
Yes, and remember, the message is this: no matter what your situation is, it can always be worse. So I know that there are times that we say, woe is me, and we want to, just talk about what's happening bad to us. There are so many people out there who are in so much of a worse situation than you are. So during this Thanksgiving season, count your blessings and do something for somebody who is more in need than you are. And God will pay you back triple-fold.
Love that, Ruben. Thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for everything you're doing here today and obviously in the Bronx 24/7. And it's soul-free.
Up NYC, Fat Joe, thank you.
Next, we're going to be talking about Zach and Gio. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you, Donna? Thank you so much for having me.
Where are you calling in from today?
Tampa, Florida.
Yay! And do you know why I'm excited about that?
No, please tell me.
Okay, because after 17 years, our show finally is going to be airing in Tampa on WTOG every Friday from 8 in the morning till 9 in the morning. And I'm super excited because you are one of our first guests from Tampa. So I welcome you with open arms. So you invented this wonderful clothing line because you became a mom. So I want to know about your journey.
Yeah, thank you again for having me on the show. I am so excited to be part of this amazing show. Once I became a mom, just like any parent, I did have a full-time job as a corporate and director of supply chain operations. My first son, Zach, when he was born, after 3 months, he developed a rash that I didn't know where it was coming from. He couldn't sleep. He was scratching all night, redness. It turned into eczema. So his skin became so bad that no creams, no detergents, nothing organically was helping. It wasn't until I discovered bamboo pajamas and clothing, and then his rash and all of his, eczema went away. From then on, I took a leap of faith. So I left my corporate position and I focused on turning this into passion and creating my own line, my own designs for Zach and Gio.
Now, did you always like fashion? Were you somebody that was always kind of interested in that?
Well, you never know in life, right? I believe that people have more than one talent. So when I was 7 years old or 9 years old, I used to draw dresses and I was an artist, non-professionally, right? So I used to keep all of this. And now that I left my corporate job after 22 years, that passion came back to me, right? When everybody was sleeping at night, I started designing this pattern that meant something for me. I'm a boy's mom, so I believe that that you can have boys and have fun as well, dress them fun and make it colorful, make it fun for them. So that's how I became, passionate, because I used to have this passion since I was a little girl. But yeah, this is why I'm doing this. It's something that I believe that people could be, having more than one passion and turning into a mission as well.
Absolutely. I'm also a boy mom. Well, I have 2 sons and I have 1 daughter. And I used to like to dress. I had like matching clothes sometimes. There used to be a brand years ago where the parent could wear an outfit and then their child could have a coordinating outfit. And I always thought that was fun too. But you're right, it's fun to dress them up. It's fun to take their pictures. It's fun to take them on outings, right? Or going somewhere special with them, like to the zoo or somewhere. And you want your child to look cute. You want them to have that confidence even at a young age of, and I think it matters, right? I think when you put your child in something and they get a chance to look at themselves in the mirror and you get them to smile, right? And plus it feels good. And I know that that's one of the things about your brand is about I want to say the word, and I'm going to mess up, so I'm going to pick up there. Efficacy is what I wanted to say, and I don't even know if that's the right word. So hold on a second, 3, 2, 1. But you want them to feel good. And I know nice thing about your brand is the fabrics that you're using. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. My mission is to make sure that all kids and parents as well get protected when they wear our pajamas. I make bamboo viscose, which is known to be hypoallergenic, antibacterial, antifungal, breathable, temperature friendly, super soft like butter. Also, this product is not only good for kids that are suffering with skin conditions, but also for adults, especially for women who are going through a life-changing of, having menopause. These material, it keeps you very cool in the summer and warm in the winter. It lasts 3 to 5 times longer than your regular pajamas, like cotton and other materials out there. And the color doesn't fade, which is very important. I mean, I have my product currently is offered for, family matching, all sizes for men, women, and kids. But also they're great for hand-me-downs. If you're a parent and you have boys and girls, you can buy the unisex colors and patterns, which you can hand it down to your next child. And that's what I'm doing. Zach is my oldest. After, he grows and, I can give it to Gio. So, I've been washing them hundreds of times and this product is the best. I'm the type of parent that I like to buy a few pieces that are, clean and, chemical free, rather than just keep buying. And it's unfortunate nowadays, a lot of us in US and even outside are drawn into the cheaper product, what's easier, faster, but we don't know how this could affect our kids' skin because they're so vulnerable, especially when they're just born. Currently in the US only, we have 9.6 million kids who suffer from eczema and other skin conditions that parents, are going through. So it's a very good product and it has a lot of great benefits. And that's my purpose, to have this, this product out there.
Well, I thank you. I see that you celebrate the holidays, and I do as well. So happy holidays to you. And we wish you all the best. And please, I hope that you'll tune in to me, and I hope that you'll tell your friends. And, go Tampa, right? Go Tampa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope to see you in person soon. And when I do come down to Tampa, maybe we can have coffee or something together.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Please let me know. I'll be happy to meet you. And I'm so glad now you guys are here in Tampa, airing in the show.
Thank you so much. All right, happiness to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that's a wrap. We hope that you enjoyed watching our show today. I'm Donna Drake, and happy journeys to you. With us now is Grayson Russell. Hey, how are you?
How's it going? I'm doing well. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. So you look quite different than some of your roles when you were younger, right?
Yes.
It's been a day or two since the Diary of the Wimpy Kid, but here you are, all grown up and doing fabulous things with music. I want to know about your musical journey.
Yes, ma'am. So I started traveling doing gospel with my folks when I was 5. The first band I ever had by myself, we sang solely Bee Gees music, and I was 7 years old, which was right when we did Talladega Nights. So Will Ferrell and Adam McKay and all those guys really got a kick out of getting me to sing Bee Gees songs for them. So I've done music my whole life, and I've really just done it when I wasn't doing a film or other TV project.
Okay. So is there something, I'm going to ask you the hard question, which sounds ridiculous, but I am curious. Is there something you like better, or do you need to do both? Like some people like pretzels and potato chips. Do you like both?
Oh, I love both. There's no other profession where I can make a living wearing authentic World War II gear and getting yelled at by Tom Hanks and getting nominated for an Oscar for. There's not another profession where I can do that, be in those situations, or get to sit at a dinner table and be a part of somebody's childhood and yell at my fictional granddad. You tell him I'm going to come at you like Spider Monkey. But I get to be other people in that environment, which is the best. Like I get to play around and do all kinds of crazy stuff that I wouldn't normally get to do as myself. But with my music, I get to be me. And I get to sing about and talk about the things that I've experienced, and not get to, portray somebody else's experience. So I like doing them both. They serve different purposes in my life, and one almost always goes to benefit the other in some form or fashion.
Now, were there other like childhood actors that you still keep in touch with? Sometimes when you're in it, when you're young, right? The people that are on set become your friends, right? And then you
Yes,
also
ma'am.
maybe have like neighborhood friends if you're lucky enough to have both. But do you still keep in touch with some of the people from when you're younger?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I graduated high school with the kids I went to preschool with when I was 2. Clanton, Alabama has 9,000 people in it, maybe if we're up to 9,000. So I still have the same childhood friends from home. But when we did the Wimpy Kid trilogy, most of us had never worked out of the country before, and we all filmed in Vancouver, in Canada, British Columbia. So there was about a core 6 of us with one of our parents, and we were all each other had. And so we're all still incredibly close. I produced, funny enough, 2 singles for the lead from the Wimpy Kid movies, Zach Gordon, and then we're all really tight. And so that's
That
not
makes me
particularly
happy.
typical. But yes, ma'am, we're all really tight from the Wimpy Kid crew. Yes, ma'am.
That makes me happy. And so now with your musical career, what's happening? What's the journey like for you right now? What's the latest?
So I kicked off on a Southern rock band 7 years ago out of college. It was a crew I put together in college. And my only goal was to put a band together good enough to play Freebird, coming out of high school. That's what I wanted to do. And we were a cover band for 5 years. And I really remember driving through campus going, there is no reason why I would want to play originals, because why would anybody want to hear what I have to say or hear what I want to, I have to play any more than hearing us play Freebird or LaGrange or Sugarland or Bee Gees or whatever. And it wasn't until COVID that I was really kind of moved to write and was just angry at everything going on and didn't really know how to handle it. And I had a song kind of hit me in about 15 minutes. I was like, okay, well, that's not horrible.
Yeah.
And I began to kind of work through the songwriting process more or less as it became a piece of whatever situation I was living through at the time. And we started working it into our cover band sets until there came a point where we were watching enough people laugh with the originals and dance with the originals and very consistently cry with the originals. I was like, okay, there needs to be some attention paid to this. And so we went about 2 years playing our stuff until we got comfortable enough to say, okay, now's the time to put this down and put this on a record. It's the 4th record I have done. Like I said, I grew up traveling, doing stuff with my folks. So I've done 2 of their records and then one of mine from when I was about 15. But this is the first one that I've leaned into where I decided, hey, I want everybody to know that this is part of me and this is what I want to be doing. And this isn't something that's just an afterthought in between film gigs. So I wrote the whole record outside the 2 covers that are on there. And so we're just slow rolling this bad boy out.
Nice. Now, are you thinking about actually pressing vinyl with it by chance?
I don't know. I think I should. I
Okay.
think I should at some point. I don't know if that'll be the first thing kind of out
No.
out of the gate with it. But if nothing else for my own kind of keepsakes, I wouldn't mind
Exactly.
pressing them because I have a massive. One of the coolest things. It was actually my rap gift to what do you get Tom Hanks when you finish a
Right.
movie with Tom Hanks? I gave him. I had a stack of Dick Clark National Music Survey radio station vinyls because I had a buddy that was a disc jockey in the 80s. And it's literally,
Wow.
you drop it up there and it's like, it's July 17th, 1984, and you're listening to the Dick Clark National Music Survey. One of the coolest things in the world. So at some point in time, I will get some vinyl done of myself. But right now I'll
So
hang on.
Grayson, when is your birthday?
May 1st, 1998.
Okay, so I'm just thinking, because I'm all big about birthdays, right? I'm thinking next year for a happy birthday to yourself, maybe you just walk on into a vinyl pressing plant and just get it done. Just go press that vinyl.
What is crazy is it's all kind of full circle how everything's come about. My producer that was going to do the record with me passed away a month before we went in to cut the record. And so I've ran my band for 7 years, but I couldn't run my band and go in and press the big red button and get everything going and record vocals all at the same time. And funny enough, the guy who played my brother in Talladega Nights, he's since passed away. His sister is my age. She's an audio engineer that also presses vinyl records for Universal Studios in Nashville. So she came, Talladega Nights came all the way back down full circle, and she's helped run the whole record. And so really, in all seriousness, I could 100% call Hayden over at Universal and say, hey, I need a vinyl of this record press.
Right.
That's funny.
Donna Drake encouraged me just today, and now we just have to put it into action. You just have such a presence about you that it feels like you're right here with me. So I thank you for that. I thank you for being present and having fun with me on this interview. And is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up?
Yeah, if y'all wouldn't mind, go streaming my stuff. Let me know what you think. It's Grayson Russell, Grayson Russell. Look for the dude with the bunch of red hair. And if y'all want to follow me, Grayson C as in cat, Grayson C Russell. 2 S's, 2 L's. That's the easiest way to keep up with what I got going on.
There you go. 2 S's, 2 L's. Thank you so much. It's great to see you. Happy journeys to you. Have a great holiday experience in the South. I wish you all the best.
And thank you, Miss Donna. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Y'all be good.
You're welcome. I appreciate you too. Happy journeys. Bye-bye.
This is Donna Drake. Happy journeys.
Take my hand, come with me, and we'll find better ways to be something much more. Live it up, live it up, live it up now. Live it up
Thanks for watching Live It Up. You can visit us at liveituptvshow.com.